wisdom
passes through a crow's heart,
give us some wisdom.
unheeded by the cultural diversity of a Paleolithic time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we will be episode 217.
217.
217.
The bread is unleavened.
217. I've been having a lot of fun with the website too, by the way.
The lamping one?
Yeah, I've just been picture taking and
It looks
uploading. And
I thought that was sick tricks at first.
got a lot of cool things going on right now, don't we?
Yes. Taba's got one of the top pros wearing a sunscreen now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'll show you his photo. This kid who's a young man from Mexico, representing Mexico, Alan Cleveland. He's a brute, man. When he surfs, he's really good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's on the world tour now.
Oh, heck yeah.
Tava, wearing Tava.
Wow. I just, some pictures you gave me of Tava.
Sunscreen.
And their brother surfing.
Oh, Zealand.
Yeah, so cool. Welcome to another episode of the Adjust the Mic podcast. So thankful to have Mr. Thaddeus Maximus here in studio to grace us with all of his crow knowledge, his weather information, the musicalities that we get to use here. And Scott gets to join along and enjoy the show too.
Also lucky to have Sir Scott
Thank you very much.
in the house.
There we go. How's it going, man?
Feeling pretty Cro-Magnon.
It's been a little spicy afternoon, getting things leveled up, a little work side
Yard
gig
looks
going
great.
on. Yard's looking good, man.
I already forgot. Mulberries? Raspberries.
Oh, yeah. They're raspberries.
They're awesome.
They turn like purple and they're just delicious.
and that plant really puts out.
And I think it's the University of Florida
Yeah.
created that genetic. We got it. I want to say we got that from Lucas Gardens, if I'm not mistaken.
It's just chocolate.
Fantastic. And I'll say something else that's kind of cool is Lucas Gardens. I haven't been there this year, but over the few years that I've gone out there, it's just a drive out past Geneva, or heading out down 46, down past
Which
your
is
place.
a beautiful drive. Green on both sides.
And Lori and I did that same drive this last Friday
Cool.
or Saturday and went out to Oviedo Marketplace.
Nice.
And that mall used to be like when I was younger, like in my like late 20s,
yeah.
that mall was happening.
Popping.
Like, and it was beautiful. Like it had just the plants.
All malls were.
But in particular, that was one of the malls that everybody was like, you got to go to Oviedo Marketplace.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, going inside of it, it's still a beautiful mall on the inside, but it's empty. It almost looked like it was closed on the outside. But when you got inside, the stores in there are more local mom and pop-ish type of stores. And we went into one of the Indian owned stores and got some incense and some rocks and like this really cool sash thing with a wolf prayer thing on it. That was just really cool. And started talking to the lady, and kind of just, I don't know, that was a really cool experience.
And you ate from where today? What was the name of it?
Oh yeah, Indian Sizzler.
Man, I ate there because
Nice drop on that.
Yeah, Moms and I went and it was insane.
Right?
So good, so clean.
So you brought Moms with you?
So chill, yeah.
Nice. She loved it, right?
She did.
Did they have the buffet set up or?
They did, but I opted for a meal, the hara, I think that's how you say it, hara chicken, and she got the naan bread.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great. No, not even a complaint, but they're so pleasant and it's clean and cool.
When you walk in, it makes you smile.
Smells incredibly good.
It makes you smile because the food's good.
It's a big portion.
All of the servers they all work in a harmony, and they're all just super friendly.
They got the vibe,
and they got this okay, we're Americans, right? And, we're used to sarcasm. To you're probably nice to my face, but not so much when you walk away. Like I've seen the movie Waiting with Ryan Reynolds, you know what I'm saying? Where they show all the crazy things they do to your food if you're a butthead, you know?
Yeah. Get a booger burger.
And we've watched every sitcom and TV show or just, you know what I mean? So when you go in there, when you leave that place, you have this total understanding that these people that work there are just genuinely awesome, friendly, fun people. Like I have a good time when I go in there because I ask all kinds of weird questions and tease and joke when I'm talking to the ladies there and the guy there.
Super pleasant.
And man, they just make it just like my kids. We just went for lunch one day.
If anybody don't know,
Loved it.
Off of US 1, downtown
Indian Sizzler,
Titusville, near Searstown Mall.
It's one of my local hotspots right now that I just
Definitely.
Yeah. Second, Burger Rob's, man. They deliver every time.
Yeah.
We went to Burger Rob's today. It was Allie's birthday. Amazing. Like just
I don't think I ate there yet.
it's right next to, where the hardware store is.
Oh, it's on Main Street?
Yep.
I have eaten there.
It's like two down.
I ate there before when it was something else that closed down.
Well, it was Scott Hoffman's place before that.
Oh, that. No, I ain't ate there then.
Yeah, it was Scott Hoffman's place before that.
Hey, have you been to the cold spot where Scott works now?
No.
Hopkins. I heard that Alan Wood's playing up there and they got some butter voice people.
Yeah, I know one of the
Singing and
bartenders there too. I'm not on the social medias too much, so I don't see the happenings there, but I did notice that place was which for years that place, I was always drive past it, and they had cars like your locals that would go to that bar, but it was so close to all these houses.
Hey, where is it exactly?
That I didn't think you could be loud. It's, where the old Scotty's where Barn Light Electric is?
Oh, yeah.
It's right on the other side of the railroad tracks on the corner there.
Where
the cold spot.
Okay.
It's that bar there that's right on the other side. There's the BT's Welding.
About. It's small.
Yeah. But they have
Scott
outdoor music and venue.
Alan Wood.
There's a apartment complex right next to, I'm talking about like 20 feet away. And there's a couple, and then there's like a whole neighborhood to where I think it's cool. I'm not hating, but it was always like, I was always worried because at the Irish pub, when they have music outside there, the neighbors eventually
shut it down.
Well,
it's working.
That's awesome too. That's
we
great.
We saw Scott. He cruised out to the crib.
Cool.
And I'm going to go up there and check it out.
Heck yeah, man. That's great.
I want to see Alan.
Hell yeah. He's been playing around here forever.
Yeah, he's got the voice.
For years.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He was also in Local Porn Stars.
Oh, yeah?
Way before, yeah.
Okay. Never heard of them?
Back in the day with Indian and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Scam. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a funny name, too. So we got off track there because we were...
fooding out.
Dude,
it was too good not to.
Man, that was so good. We've been eating leftovers for days off that.
Smell it. It smells good.
So what's been going on, man?
Well, yesterday was Colton's birthday.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to Colton, Christian, his wife.
Happy birthday.
And their daughter, Sage. Yeah.
Hello, Sage. How are you?
Yeah. I'll show you
a
clip. The day before that, I was down with Frank Robb and some of the Ears crew down near Sebastian Inlet at Aquarina, and they are sponsoring Ears.
I
think they got us a boat and some cash, and it was great. And so there's a bunch of different.
Dude, that is awesome
for the environment. I guess the guy that founded the place was, he was all about the earth and the environment. So they're definitely a new friend to Ears. And so we did.
Congratulations to that partnership.
Yeah, it was big.
I need to get my applause button back on here. Or we need to make one. Can we make a funny applause WAV file?
I think we can, man.
And use it.
Damn right. See this guy? Oh, you ain't.
And I want you to dude, that would be kind of fun. Like we should make
I got a bunch of fake laughs or
like a bunch of just little tracks that we, maybe that has our voice or your voice. You know what I'm saying? Or we get Frank's voice and Rudy's voice. They can all have some kind of sarcastic thing that they say that we could just have programmed on here to use.
So
earn a little soundboard, please.
We met this guy. It was a group from FIT led by Dr. Robert J. Weaver, who is a associate professor of ocean engineering, and he's a director of the Indian River Lagoon Research Institute and Marine and Environmental Systems. He's a badass. He's super cool. Their group,
Is that like a state position or?
well, it's the college.
Oh,
And
okay, yeah.
they're doing stuff like taking young people and way young and like Girl Scouts, I think he told me, and older people, and they're putting the baby oysters on the collars on the pilings. What?
No way, dude.
What? What? So, anyways, they're making oysters grow and getting these ecosystems going on the river, and he knows the river up and down. He's been here since I don't know what was said, but something's in your head. So he's been
Well, I'm just gonna pause it for just a second.
all right.
Hold on.
So yeah, this is a photo of his crew, and it's Florida Tech. So
Nice.
yeah, they're all committed, and they know so much about the river already. I think he got down here in 2011, right before during the giant algae bloom when the river got real sick.
Okay. Yeah.
But he was telling me all kinds of fascinating things and measurements and studies. And, I was asking him, why does our river dry up at certain times of year? Why does the water get green?
Yeah.
He's telling me about the slosh effect when the winds are south or north, and where, it'll be coming over their docks, like when a hurricane's got some strong winds down south near Dragon Point, and then right when the winds switch, within a couple hours, it goes down and it'll slosh back up our way. He was, and that young man right there in the background was talking about, what's his name? Billy. He was talking about how him and Dr. Weaver were talking about how part of the dynamic of our river is that when the, I guess especially September, October, during the big moons, depending on how, maybe I'm butchering this, but depending on the flow rate of the Gulf Stream coming up, it will refresh our river in a really cool way. And he just knows it up and down. Like I said, he's putting the baby oysters, they're collaring pilings with it, and they're populating the river with it.
So important.
Yeah, getting diversity, getting sponges.
Which we used to have that. We used to have a diverse oyster beds. We had seaweed beds that were pretty. I remember wading through them to find the few sand spots that you could cast a crab into to get a redfish.
It is not like that anymore.
And it's not. Like, you could go out to Dummett Cove, Purtle Island, anywhere out there to Holliver, where we used to wade around all those little rivers and estuaries that would take you, into all the different little spots out there, even around the Eddy Creek.
It needs to be rejuvenated.
It was so fun, and now it's just all dead.
So when they make it come alive down there, and we're going to get in on the party up here, but he was telling me how it creates a ecosystem, that builds an ecosystem that...
Well, to bring in the small fish, that'll help feed the trout again. So the sea trout will come back in and have a more robust, I remember going out in a little boat, and you could catch 100, 10-inch that you can't keep sea trout, like every cast with an artificial bait even, to where, now if you catch a couple, you're super happy.
And would you eat them?
Not at all.
Yeah, and I was just telling him how, when I go up here off of Jones or Huntington up in Scottsmore to the boat ramp, I'll take a boat in it, but hell no, I ain't getting in it. And we should be able to swim in the river. I hope that...
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, I hope that, his efforts and Frank's efforts, it's thank goodness for these groups and dedicated people, because we should be able to swim in it. It should be clean. It's a battle. We got to clean up a bunch of stuff that... I
mean, it's a battle to where, like, we know this. I'm not up to the latest on, like, people like Stell, but, she's been rocking people, man.
There's a lot of stuff that got done, like, in the 40s and stuff, that I feel like none of them people that even did that are even alive. Maybe the businesses are, but I feel like let's just fix it.
Yeah.
Because
it's not about like trying to hurt. Yeah. But
the data says let's clean it up.
Exactly. And if we know how, let's make that important. And if everybody who is in power that can't help do that, I'm all about like exposing that. Not, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Say it again.
If the people that we empower to lead us on a community level,
Yeah,
are blind, purposefully blind for any reason that's not cool, I feel that it is okay for them to be called out. And obviously it has to be done. Suppression of, individual, feelings and stuff, that can't happen, right? In America, we're a free country to have all those kind of things.
or at least
But-
I'd like to know their take on it. Say something about the hot skis. Say something.
Oh,
Say
yeah.
something, because
But
yeah, it's
when real information is there that really can't be argued, even if it's trying to point a finger at another company and saying, we think you're partially liable for this because you're the polluter, whoever you are, I feel that whoever's the representative from that company, there needs to be a different type of dialogue than attorney after attorney, money. You know what I mean? Finger point. There has to be I understand that we now know that this is science and that we do this. Help us come up with some ways to do this,
I want that too, but also wish.
but nobody will.
About the bucks.
It's all about the bucks, man. And I if there was one trend that I would love to see my children's, a generation solve, is that it's not all about the money. Like, there's so many examples of societies where there's a good balance of individual freedom and wealth, to live a good life in and around good people and family and live a happy life, and not work your to the bone and for menial wages or for wages that can't even support a household to have some fun on top of living. You know what I mean? Like, to have a balance of work and personal life should be valued by all societies. And you know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a happy balance if you want to have happy people. If you're leading people and care about them, you have to have a balance of that. Like Marcus Aurelius, and a lot of those old Stoic type of, words. I mean, these guys had a lot of power and they had a lot of force behind them, but they also had like an empathetic heart that cared about the people and really was trying to balance and not be, oh, it's all about me and what I think. Even in the public view, when you have media, like, that's what, like, politics can be so hard to watch, or because no matter who you believe, they're pointing the shit out of you. You go meet that guy out of behind the scenes, like Bill Maher went and hung out with Trump and Kid Rock or something.
I've seen it.
And Bill Maher comes out and he's like, he was great. He listened to what I said. He took my jokes and rolled with them.
Signed his list of insults.
And yeah. But then right in front of a public, he'll instantly just go, and say some stuff that's maybe a little too crazy, but he's doing it because he wants the attention and he understands the power of his words. And he understands how he can drum up conversations so he's using, his tact in a different way. And I'm not trying to judge it. I'm just kind of making light of it.
He's making a connection, starting.
He's got everybody in every freaking country talking about him right now. Yep. He's got from top to bottom, whether you like it or not, it's happening. And I'm not here to predict anything other than I wish that our leaders didn't feel that they had to do this type of wordsmithing to your people. I feel like you should be able to be the same behind the door as you are in front of the door. Like there's this whole thing of people being like two different people, one in front of public and one behind the scenes. I want to have this person behind the scenes because I don't want the public to know who I am. That's a cop out, in my opinion. Like, why can't you be the same on both? Because that's the ultimate, confidence right there that I'm this person here and then I'm this person here. But I can talk to you in a certain way, but then also, understand and care about these people that I might be voting against in a situation. I need to have an empathetic way to make them understand that what I'm doing, it's kind of for the greater good, and have an empathetic tone instead of just being this finger pointing and hating you. It's because of this person. And I am tired. Like, everybody should be tired of every politician pointing the finger at the previous 2 to 4 year term person. You know what I mean? Like, now that you are in the power,
let's get it done.
Start leading and stop making excuses about the past, because
Who vibes?
you do that the whole 2 years. Then what have you done? So now the next person is just going to, who's going to break that cycle? Like, there's a game of win, lose, or win or tie or something. And it's like a war game type of scenario.
We want to win-win.
And you want to have people that are going to work together. Or it's yes or no, like teamwork or no teamwork. And as you score, the scoring system works. If you ascend and don't teamwork, you'll jump out and you'll lose ultimately. In this game, it's like a math game, and it's kind of shows reality and how reality works, and growths of cells and human bio. Like, there's a math equation that they turned into a game kind of, and every country would do it. And the only way that you really won ultimately, and you could try every different scenario and way, you almost had to work together, and then you always achieve greater things. And this separation crap that we're in right now is like toxic, and it's hard, and
connecting is good.
Yeah. And I think maybe less connection's good though. Like, me being off social media, I don't even have the urge to get back on.
Like, it's this connection though, a human, like, real time.
I feel like, okay, I've been thinking about something here. I'm going to go a little deep.
Or a podcast.
Yeah. I'm going to go a little deep with you on something.
I'm buckling up.
That I don't even know. Like, maybe this will be part of like your crow thing from last week with Misty and all this. I feel like since I started the little health journey and trying to, just be a little bit more mindful of
a lot more,
of everything, going through the ups and downs of, personal stuff and change and kids growing up and seeing these monumental things that they're going through that are awesome, like positive things, and seeing my son, just really blossom this year and change as a kid. And, but at the same time, it's, I felt like my attention was always so thin everywhere that my brain was just trying to get through every day. And it's hard to plan. It's hard to be at peace with just waking up in the morning and having a good day. You know what I mean? Because you're just like, I got to do.
Yeah, you used to really grind on the Facebook thing, huh?
And I'd be on Facebook a lot. I'd be in the Messenger, sending videos.
Now
sharing.
You're out there in the garden.
We had a Facebook group with 1,200 people in it, I think,
You'd hit it on the daily.
And I would be in there every day trying to post, not every day, and it got towards the end where I wasn't posting much at all. But they're all in there. When you post this stuff, people were active. I'd post the episodes in there, and it was kind of our following, like Frank brought a lot of people in there because we were trying at one point to get to 1,000 people.
Alligator Rob.
And to me, it was like this milestone of a thing, or this thing that was important to me for some reason. But even just posting things with my kids and really just, pooping and scrolling or whatever, like on your phone, just kind of, bored, seeing what other people are up to even, right? Because it's a window in everybody else's lives as well.
Okay.
And when you're bored or, when it's easy to grab and do, you can easily spend 30, 40 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour just on social media, watching YouTube videos, watching mainly Instagram, TikToks, Facebook, Twitter, all of it. And I had accounts for Just the Mic, Lamp and Media, and my personal accounts on all these. So that's 9 accounts, 10 accounts, Then we were opening up our Discord channels and groups and our Gmail accounts for every business. And
Password farm. Yeah, I know you got one.
Yeah, we got one. We have one. We have a password farm between us.
Yeah.
and trying to learn, some of this audio software. Just all of this and juggling life in general it's overwhelming.
It was.
And I think it takes the, when I got rid of that social media part here, 3 months ago, I think it's been, I feel almost like, I feel like I'm not doing enough every day, if it makes sense. Like I'm so at peace with my day. I'm getting up early.
Feeling good.
I'm getting a workout in. I'm reading a little bit. I'm getting out in the garden every morning.
I can tell.
And spending a little bit of time out there. You're seeing, I'm even calling in the morning more, which I wasn't doing for a while there, Yeah, and kind of just being more present with my time and picking my moments when I want to be by myself and not talk to people.
Because you didn't do that, huh?
No, like my phone, if someone texted me, I would be responding to you within 5 to 10 minutes always, usually immediately. And I think everybody knew that. So I was like this easy person.
Oh, you had a digital leash.
Yeah.
I love those.
And breaking that leash.
No, I don't.
I'll pick up my phone and I'll have a bunch of messages. I used to go, oh my God, hold on. Now I feel like it's not that bad because it's every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not.
Hell yeah.
Like I'll be at work and someone will say, oh, this happened. I'm like, what? Huh? I'm kind of glad I didn't know that because I didn't even need to know that first. I'd rather hear that from somebody else to tell me as my communication and friendship with that person, because that's how we used to get our information is through other people and talking. And you know what I'm saying? Now we all get the same thing
instantly
online instantly. So we all know it instantly and I know everything and that's happened, but we haven't even deep dove the one thing. We don't know what we're talking about. We're just talking about headlines,
recycling,
and, my quality of life, my acceptance of just all kinds of things, I feel like are just at a much better dynamic. And almost like that's that thing that's been fucking with me is like, I don't want to take this feeling of I've got a little bit more time and add more things to my day per se. I want to continue this
quality.
And then when a ramp up needs to happen, I can hit that ramp up, in
a perfect time.
Like the fence thing a couple weeks ago, my buddy Eddie, he needed a fence put up. So Javi and I were over there and we got that fence put up that day. And I was like, I felt so good after that because I was ready for it. We got there early. We got the dang thing done. You know what I mean? It was a great day. And old me working with you in the woods, cutting down, throwing up, at one point because, that heat exhaustion but we were working hard out there.
Yep.
Now, we did it again this last season at one point, and I walked out of there, different, like ready to even get another hour in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we were good.
Yeah.
And now I would say I could even rock it again, like better.
Yeah.
And give me next year, and I just have that mindset. I feel like that just,
it's good
being free of that social media for me personally. And I think it has its place. I'm on YouTube. Like I use my YouTube and that's my TV and everything, and then I use that Blue Sky app.
Yep.
And that Blue Sky app, and only for photography and not to follow other people. I don't scroll on it. I'll look at other people's photographs and maybe like and share. And I enjoy doing that. So
what's your account name?
It's just Lampin Media.
Okay.
And it's really what I'm doing is on my lampinmedia.com website. We have that photography section, and I linked your page.
Yeah.
For you, and it has some of your art on there and whatnot. Allie, I created a Google photo account for her so she can put Allie's photos that she takes on that. Cool. Then I've been doing, the one for me, and I'm going to pop it up here just real quick to show you.
That's Twig. Twig showed up because he's documenting a lot of ears stuff. DJ Twig that did the
he did the
Eco
ears
Fest.
Or EcoFest at Cocoa Village last year.
Yeah, so he showed up And
he was awesome, man.
He's attending Full Sail, and he's awesome.
Maybe we can
He's
get him on the
cool
show
cat.
sometime.
Yeah,
Get him to come over and sit down with us.
definitely.
Or even at the studio, one way or the other. That'd be
I
awesome.
think he's going to give me a shout. And he's, Rudy is friends with Twig.
Perfect. Get them both on.
Yeah.
Talk about what they're doing. I have a few DJ guys I know. They used to be around here. Chris Henry.
All right.
Was a friend of my cousin Mike. And that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But you were saying.
And we'll get right back to this because I know you had some more things to share too. But I'm just going to steal for just a second here. Is like I've been kind of throwing like all the photos and whatnot on here, and let's see here.
I remember when you went to the mountains.
Yeah,
That was cool.
the Appalachian Trail and Preacher's Rock and all that.
Walk about.
Hold on here. See Allie's page. It's not updated right. I got to change the links on it. We created this Google Photos thing to where you can buy canvas off of it. You know what I mean? Like we can buy canvas and prints off of it and everything, and it's really neat.
Stay loose.
And yeah, it's awesome.
Stay lamping. That's cool.
Been working on that really good.
That's a cool art cover piece you put for the last episode with the crow and the fish and the
Isn't that good, man?
cypress forest swamp.
We got the playlist going on there. You know that there's a lot of music. On there now.
And Lydia Can't Breathe is touring with.
She's on the playlist. He's on the playlist.
It's their band.
Yep.
Who sings a Wake Up? Something about a little makeup.
Oh yeah.
They're touring with, what's her name? Help me out.
I don't even know the name.
Brain fart. Anyways, they're going on tour is what
yeah.
I think Frank told me, but
Cool.
Kyle Boldeck from Biffum Audio. I think that's how you say it. Anyway,
Awesome.
he did the sound for
Heck yeah.
Eco
Hell yeah, man.
Fest.
So that whole little community from the Eco Fest on the sound stage, y'all have all kind of kept in touch a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Met
cool.
A lot of cool people, and we got a hot beat going.
Good.
Kyle's coming out. He's got a bunch of shows. He's going to track some Kyle from Kyle and the 8 Minute Miles.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to track some acoustic stuff, and I think
Nice.
they're rehearsing soon.
Very
But
cool.
yeah, he's been hot ski on all this stuff, and we're working on some mixes. I cracked open one of his latest tracks today.
We need to get him in the 5 Armor Discord so he can help us blow that up for studio stuff.
And I told you Sam is School of Rock, got a job up in
He's up in Portland, right?
Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Forget the exact spot, but they said it's beautiful. They're settling in. And Caitlin, I heard she just kicked out a new album.
Okay.
So we'll put that on the hot list,
Heck yeah.
local list.
And you have admin privileges to that list.
Okay.
And anytime you want, if it's a local Florida artist or someone you know and want to throw up in there,
Cool.
that's what it's for.
All right.
And I like it to change it all the time. You know, if you're a local musician and want your song on that, it's on a YouTube playlist. It's on lampamedia.com.
Yeah, check it out.
And I just been adding, all of the local music that we're allowed to use for our show that we've been given permission for.
Like Indian.
And Low Pressure. You don't know if you know who they are.
Yeah.
We got the Nature Kids, and Troy Holiday and those guys, or Holloway.
You said you have Quaker Showdown.
Yep. Quaker
That's
Showdown.
awesome.
We have the whole Indian CD.
We're going to drop into Ryan sometime here because they had an earthquake series of quakes out in the mountains east of like San Diego and LA. And I caught him on the phone with the gizmo that Lampoon Media provided us with out of the studio. So you're going to hear that in a little bit.
That's pretty cool
Ryan,
too. It's
going to work.
I've always kind of thought like there was a podcast that I was on. It was called I was a guest on a few times. It was called the Burn It Down Show, and it was these two guys, and computer was the woman that they call her computer because she would look up all the information and everything for the show, like all the
Jamie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was a fun show. And they would always, they had like these clips that they would get from like listeners or fans or people that were just creative people. And they go, get creative and do something and send me the clip. And they'd set up the clip and play it. Maybe it was a news or just whatever it was awesome and funny. And they do like a lot of like living room series where they would have like a musician come into their living room.
Sick.
And then they'd have some fans of the show come in and we'd watch just some music, you know? And it was just a cool experience of being around that because I had that vibe of podcasting back then and we were kind of starting and getting things going, but we didn't know what we were doing. You know, we were just learning. So it was a really cool experience, seeing all those different vibes. So seeing you, make these phone, like when I first met you, you had
back in the 20 years ago or recent?
When we first, like right after Frank, you know,
okay,
I noticed that you had a daily connection with a large group of people.
Okay.
Like you had your core group of friends. Hey, I'm doing great. You're doing great. Great things are happening over here. What are you doing today? And then when you talk to the next person, you're like, dude, I just talked to Ryan and he's doing good. Yeah. I just talked to Dave. Jonas. He's doing good. I talked to Jonas. I got the surf here. We got this going on. We got like, you don't need social media. Your social media is your human connection to these, you know, multiple phone calls that you make in the morning.
Yeah.
And get your day going. And it's your vibe and it's your energy and your existence. And it's cool. And I've always take this, make some phone calls, have all those vibey things because
it worked.
Because it's not in a way that's like when for the podcast and for the Vibe Farmer podcast to be, these first phone calls are to me are special because they're like unedited. They're the first ever, you know, like recorded phone calls with Thad's friends.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's cool because they're great phone calls and there's this funny back and forth and you guys have your own language, a lot of you guys, and things that you say to each other that maybe we're going to be listening and go, I don't know what the hell they're even talking about, but it's funny and it's awesome. And it's some things you're just going to crack up laughing, you know, about.
Ryan is so cool. And that's who we, from Indium, sent for Indium, and still writing music, still has an epic studio out west and epic
new father, all kinds of just
hella farmer,
all kinds of amazing things going on.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of employees.
Dude, he's a seedologist, man.
He's a badass.
He is.
He's a bro.
Very much so. Very much so. So we will play this call here in a few.
Earthquake call.
But huge shout out to you, Thad, for this is the first phone call. I know we got some other ones with Dave and some other things to do as
Dave
well.
Post. And Andy Carr. We got to get Andy.
And you even sent me. So what I'm like, when we even do an episode now, like usually like we got to call this person, we got to call this person. And I love it. So keep doing these calls and we'll keep setting them up and we'll do live calls like last week with Misty, you know, and when we come back, if there is time to call, you know, and you want to talk to Dave, we can give him a call. If the timing's right on there, so we can try to set that up and, just keep doing it, man.
Here we go.
Love it all.
Hey, man.
Double damn, there he is. WTTC, where good things happen all the time. How's it, bro?
Look at that laugh.
It's good, man. Good.
He's got giggle.
Yeah.
He's got giggle.
What you doing?
I just finished a bunch of morning hubbub work, and I had a little convo with Post, did a little recap on his trip to El Salvador. And so I'm recording this for quality assurances. No, I wanted to see if we could get some earthquake vibe.
What you mean?
Well, you just experienced an earthquake, right?
I did, dog. I did.
So what was that like, and what's the vibe over there up in the mountains?
It's laid back now, man.
So nobody's jitterbugging about like the tremors, because you said your wife got rocked a little bit up at the house, right?
We got rocked. We got super rocked. I'm surprised my guitars didn't fall off the wall.
Oh, it's shaking like that.
Yeah, like a super, man, like an angry shaking. You know what I mean? Like, not a mild kind of like earthquake. It was super intense, man. Did you get that video I sent you of the sound?
No.
From my outside camera, facing the woods, you can't really see nothing because of the trees, but you can hear it, man. You can hear the earth in the whole house just solid 10 seconds of like, whoa, not cool, man.
Maybe I'm gonna dub that sound in after this interview here. That's intense, man. And where were you? Were you in the city?
I was in Bloomingdale.
And did it get rocked? Did Dale fall off?
It got super rocked, man. It sounded like the football team was above me, and I knew what was up. I knew it right away, like earthquake. And then some lady said, "Earthquake!"
They did the Godzilla run.
She did the panic run, dude, and I'm like, oh no, and she set it off for everybody in the store, and then everyone started running outside.
Ah, too bad you didn't film that.
Yeah, I didn't feel it on ground level, but I knew you could hear it, and then some of our buildings were built to sway, right? So, not so much that building, but all the downtown buildings I used to work in were swaying for sure.
But everybody's pretty calm about it now. And any predictions on, is it going to happen again, or is this what'd you say, the precursor to maybe the dingo? Hopefully not.
7.4 is coming.
Don't say that.
No, man. It's unusual. What's super unusual, or just a coincidence, right, is that 14 years ago, Easter Sunday rocked 7.2 when I moved out here. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I always think it has something to do with the weather, big time. Like, what's going on? Like, is it a cookie crisp layer below us? Did it get super wet? Snow melt? All the above.
All right.
But that's just, that's just a thought. Some people think it's the government. But nah, man. It was super shaky, but everyone's at ease now. I know a lot of people in town were putting their information on our little town page, and we scrolled through some of that, man. But yeah, these houses, our houses in particular, a lot of cabins are 100, on average, 100 years old, built in the 40s.
So they've been through some of this, undoubtedly.
Yeah. I almost think it's better, man. Even though walls aren't as insulated and stuff from back then, I think foundations and stuff, like my pad, I got a lot of stone, right? I got a lot of real rock and stone and brick, and it's pretty solid.
Compared to like what, some brand new half-ass kind of not really hunkered down.
Yeah, or some new construction that's built with cheap materials from I don't know where.
Okay.
That stuff is the first to kind of crack and all that fun stuff. Dude, I've seen a lifeguard tower, though, that got hit pretty hard in a Mission, I want to say Mission Beach, the main tower. It might have been La Jolla. But you could see the damage on that thing, man. It split right up the corner all the way up, super wide, too, like 6 inches, like, uh-oh.
So that it was fingering out to the beach, even though it was centered in the mountains.
Man, that's that's a good way to look at it. Hold up, I gotta switch lanes. Switching right now. But yeah, some stuff was flying off in stores and whatnot, and some broken mirrors, some ceiling tiles falling. But I'm not worried about it.
Well, you can't, because, man, anxiety will tear you apart.
It will. Poor Angela. Like, she's feeding Odie in bed, dude, and all she could do was scoop him up and just run to a door jam.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm good. Sorry.
I've heard about, like, maybe people in Peru and Chile that when they get hit by the super dupers that nobody can stand. Everybody's on the ground. Hope that never happens.
That sucks.
I was going the same place.
94 West. Put on your vest. Put them to the test. Every.
Do you want to do like a fake outro of the convo we just had?
Yeah, what's the outro?
This is the fake outro for this nugget. So it's great talking to you, man. It's really interesting, and I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you later, man. No, that ain't it. No, but we do appreciate the time. I'm gonna try and chop this up for tonight's episode.
Chop it, don't stop it. Chop it, don't stop.
'Cause Scott's gonna drop it.
Working round the clock. He's pressing the buttons and adjusting the mic.
I got my contract cut 'cause my rhymes you ain't liked.
Hey, adjust the mic. Adjust the mic. Every.
Hey, did you hear about the elephants all jumped the fence at the San Diego Zoo like deers? No, they didn't.
No.
No, they did some kind of like, because they feel it in their feet.
Yeah, they protected the baby.
Okay.
They circled up and protected the young one. The young one, man. That's pretty cool, man. That's that instinct. That's what we do as humans. Well, that's what we should do.
Yeah, some of us.
Some of us lost that instinct along the way, man.
Got the Ted Bundy gene. Yep.
But yeah, that was cool. I did see that video, and it was freaking awesome. And they protected, and they did just like dogs. I've seen a lot of videos of dogs inside apartments and houses like, oh shit, and cats. My cat's ping-ponged. Man, my cats, she said she looked up and 6 cats were ping-ponging off of everything. They didn't know what the hell was going on or where to go. And, yeah, man, it's just a reminder. Everyone needs to start loving big time.
Yeah, because life is a precarious position that can get swiped away real quick. More love.
Absolutely, man. It's a bigger picture.
ocean dying, that's very strange. Just how the people stand by, that's very strange. And watch it all go down, that's very strange. Can you hear the ocean crying, that's very strange. Can you feel the ocean dying, that's very strange. Just how the people stand by, that's very strange. And watch it all go down. Help us Noah, help us believe, receive you all peacefully. Help me Noah, help me see, help me ocean, says when she rise. You can always hear it, listen to the sound of the sun. Immerse yourself in it. You're supposed to be or not to be. So what's to be in the mother ocean? Sweet past and future, future, sweet past and future, sweet past and future, future, sweet past and future.
We were back from break. I don't know. That was a little crazy.
Got the drought map.
Yeah, man.
I think there's a drought going on in somebody's throat right now.
Yeah.
Mine.
Whew.
I'm just
Man.
still getting better.
I'm going to cut that little drop and use that as a sound drop.
Okay.
Summon your
All right.
throat dry.
Yeah. I got a throat drought. That's better.
There you
Cool,
go.
clear water.
Coffee.
So everybody's yard is starting to get brown.
Yes, sir.
It's April. It's our most commonly dry month. Probably that in the beginning of May. We want those May showers. NOAA, I saw there a while back, they gave their prediction that we're going to go through it, but we're going to get back to, you know, when the wet comes, monsoon or whatever, May, June.
We've had one just hardcore rain day. We were recording 2 weeks ago when we got that, and we haven't had a rain since.
Yeah, we ain't even got a sprinkle, but I'm digging the last 2 days we've had more east wind. The clouds are helping. But
There are clouds.
Everybody's stuff's turning brown, and I'm gonna pull this map.
Are you
up
doing
for
the dances in the morning that I'm doing?
Man, I'm doing them with you.
Yeah.
When you're, where'd we go? Right there. See that map there? So you can see 3 spots in Florida, especially southwest of Lake Okeechobee.
And we're looking at the current
Okeechobee.
Florida drought maps.
Yeah,
And this is a U.S. drought monitor, and it has a 1 week change,
drought.gov.
a long term, and it kind of gives you color references on the abnormally dry down to an exceptional drought. So
We're in a moderate right here.
and there's some abnormally dry areas just south of us, like in more of your Palm Bay.
We're in a severe drought now.
Palm Bay area, but we are in a D2 severe drought at 28.5%.
Just got moved up.
And so
What
we need
comes
the
next-
rain.
What comes next for us is the red, which we don't want.
We definitely do not.
So
That
us,
affects groundwater supplies. That affects a lot of issues there.
here's a quick breakdown of Florida. We got 41.9% of us in Florida. The areas are abnormally dry. 18.5 are in a moderate drought. 28.5% of Florida is in a severe drought. We're included that in North Brevard County. 4.9% is in an extreme drought. Nobody's in the exceptional, but we're right there on the edge. We want some rain.
Wonder if Zoltar has any good news for us.
He's
Hold
got
on
something
here.
to say.
Hear your fortune from Zoltar. Men of genius are admired. Men of wealth are envied. Men of power are feared. But only men of character are trusted.
Thank you.
There you go. Thanks, Zoltar.
That was big of you.
Big of you, Zoltar.
That was punny.
That was very punny.
Thank you very.
Hanky panky of you.
I saw some otters today. I showed you the footage
Chopsticks.
because they're all the little frog ponds and temporary ponds. They're getting so dry that the otters can run in there and eat all the fish up.
And you've got otters all over in your ponds,
Yeah, they're
eating all of your fish.
boys and girls. They're the sons and daughters of otters. Yeah. Yeah, but they'll eat some fish and then they'll run out and run across the land. You like that? And hop into another pond, but it's good for the otters.
Yeah.
Gators as well. You saw a gator. Right?
How are they for ponds?
What do you mean?
Like the pond health, the overall pond health. Are they beneficial? But their nature. So
Depends on how you look at it, but they come eat the fish. They'll fish out your pond, but I don't mind them fishing out that.
Well, you're not even fishing out of that pond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and fish are going to get dropped in there down to you from the crows, weekly. So you'll refill that.
It was an
pond back.
osprey that dropped the fish.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
God, that's cool.
It was a big old bass.
That's pretty cool. I should have had an osprey on the picture then.
That's cool.
That's great.
So
This is good information.
We're in a drought, and we're hoping to get some flowers or showers for flowers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of watering. I left my dang
Everybody's
hose on the other night for the
All
one
night?
that's hooked up to the city
money,
the other day.
not the well, huh?
Man, I feel like every year, and I even bought one of those little things where you can put a water timer and keep the water running for a time, but it's more to
Gizmo.
fill up my pool so I don't forget
Okay.
while my pool's getting, filled up. And I did it. Every year I seem like I get one.
That used to be the shitty trick when someone goes on vacation. Some wise guy would go turn on their water
That's hate. That's evil.
or put the hose in the house and do it.
What?
Harsh.
That's,
Yeah.
you did that to people?
Hell no. I
You
ain't
did that.
None of that. No, I didn't.
Man. You ever antique your friends?
Man, it sounds like something
I
stinky.
think they did it on Jackass or something.
Oh yeah, with the
flour. When you're sleeping and just throw flour in your face, they call it antiquing you.
okay. Well, you know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say his name, but back in the '80s when we was in somebody's trailer, his name rhymes with rain. He used to we'd be in the trailer in the living room, and he'd run like hurried into the hallway, and knew people didn't know what was up, and he'd come out, and he had packed his crack with baby powder, and he'd drop his drawers and do a bare ass fart and a big
That's antiquing. That's even
that's
better than antiquing.
gnarly antiquing then. Nasty.
That's some Rab himself, Chris, Ryan Dunn kind of back and
Yeah.
forth from the old CKY days.
I seen him take on like 7 other dudes in
Whoa,
a
that's
fart
not
war, and he
something I want to
won.
watch.
It was on-
Fart War.
In
So was that where they got stand up and everybody watches and they fart and everybody gives a clap or a judgment?
no, that's
sometime?
when you're renting a house in the tropics with 7 dudes, and one of them's like just super gassy
and
and
just
has
going to
some skills,
town.
and then
everybody knows.
somebody wants to try and outdo him, and it gets in a war between everybody and that dude.
I would not want to live there for that
Oh.
temporary period.
It was not
I bet it
cool,
was funny.
man. It was funny,
I bet it was funny.
and
as
it
shit.
got going until
Till you came in, and what did you do?
well, so I had to tell everybody I was out when somebody.
Mute my mic real quick.
Yeah,
Somebody hear
man.
this?
It was I remember waking up in the middle of the night to like rat-a-tat-tat snapping off right there. I'm like, man, trying to punch somebody in the cheek for sneaking in at
Threw
night,
fireworks at you?
farting
Oh,
on somebody in their sleep.
those are the old CKY videos. That's
Yeah,
what they do at hotels and stuff.
Yeah, it's nasty.
And then one guy pooped on a guy,
yeah.
so then the other guy peed in the other guy's mouth, and then there was like an argument about who
I seen all
was
that
worse.
at band camp.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Dude.
Oh, dude, that was kind of like when we were like high school, at the high school level. My friend Josh Hendricks stayed the night over at Eric Hansen's parents' house, and I stayed over there. And he fell asleep, and we'd always get the warm water
Trying to do all the
and
tricks.
put because his hand was
remember
off the
that,
couch
yeah.
so we'd just put it into a warm like mason jar
Yeah.
and just like then we'd put like whipped cream on his face. My favorite thing to do was you had to have a piece of really good hair that was like you could take and you'd rub it on their
hair.
nose and face, like rub it around their nose like that, and they do it like would start itching their face and like slapping their face and kind of like slowly waking up. And then you'd just get behind the couch and just kind of giggle yourself as quiet as possible.
Seen him put Nair in a shower head.
Oh, that's brutal, man.
Or some dude went up to like
completely just fucking just. Oh,
I don't know if it worked, but
like conehead bald.
somebody snuck up to like the where the dorms where the girls slept and cellophaned a toilet, like lift up.
Oh, that's good. That's
rat-a-tat-tat.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
That would be the saran wrap doors. I've seen a lot of those videos. That's a great idea and hilarious to do at work or anywhere because it's crystal clear and your face just plasters into that.
I used to come home from like going on dates and staying out late in high school, but my little brother wasn't going out, so I come home and try to sneak in real late.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you remember Kato from the Pink Panther?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it'd be that, but a lot of times it would be I'd open the door like 6 inches. All the furniture would be stacked to the ceiling right there. And then I'd hit the light switch, it's taped shut.
So what would you do then?
Vaseline the door
What
handle.
would you do at that point? You just get
Take my
frustrated?
time. Yeah.
But you had to deal with it.
And then my toothbrush before I go to bed, it was soaped.
Oh.
Yeah. Good times.
My mom one time, I was in the shower and she took like ketchup.
Milk. We used to do cold milk on each other just randomly. And then someone's taking a shower, boom. But, yeah.
I get the ice.
That's cool.
Over the shower. But she put ketchup all over her hand
Oh, that's great.
and then wrapped it with paper towels. And says, I chopped my finger cutting onions.
Whoa.
And she like came in, she was, you have to
Shocker.
drive. And I'm like 13, I think.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm like, I can't drive. And I'm freaking out, and she's fucking on the floor, crying, laughing. I don't understand if
That's priceless.
this is a pain
She ain't done it
action
before.
or, yeah, she got me really good one time on that.
Oh, that's
That
good.
was funny. They used to put, remember they had that hot mustard at all the Chinese places back in the day, the little packets
Yep.
and the egg rolls that everybody get, the spring rolls.
Yummy.
I was one of those kids that, you go to a restaurant, you want to go to check out the bathroom and have independence, get away from the table of your parents, go to the bathroom. You might have to go, you might not have to go. You just want to get up and walk around,
Okay.
if there's a gaming area or wherever.
All right.
And I would always be that kid that would want to get up out the table. Like I couldn't just sit still and sit there. Like, I'll be right back. I just want to go. I gotta go to the bathroom. They would fuck with my food. So the food would come out and they would like put the hot mustard inside the spring roll and kind of clean it, make it look like everything's fine. And you take a bite and at Pizza Hut, they had the peppers, and the red peppers, and they would lift my cheese up on my cheese pizza and just load it up and close it down. And
That's great.
bastards, man.
We would salt each other's milk every time somebody turned their back.
Salted milk, huh?
Like you just dump a bunch of salt and stir
God,
it
that's
up.
gonna be gross.
Or if somebody left a sandwich out.
Did you guys ever take a conglomerate of like condiments and put them together and say, try it?
No, but I think when I was like in 4th grade, me and this one kid used to take anything out of the kitchen and we call it a creation. We just cook. We'd mix stuff together and cook it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did it in the utility room, and this little baggie started glowing green. And my friend threw it. He chucked it on the vinyl roof of a car.
Oh, Jesus.
It caught on fire.
What?
Yeah,
That's
was the
great.
last one of them we did.
We would take like all the condiments like in the fridge, any of the liquids,
Pretty creative.
and mix them together and dare the other person to drink it.
Did you ever do it?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Like it would be like a Tabasco sauce with Worcestershire sauce, with your ketchup, with your mustard. We would find pickle juice, and add it to barbecue sauce. and we would just like, you know, and Heinz 57 sauce, you name it, like relish. You know, if there was any kind of like, we would try to mix all the hot sauces or anything that was hot, like the cayenne peppers. You know, because we would take the powder cayenne pepper, the paprika, all of the dry, you know, spices, and add it as well to this liquid. And we would just mix it up in a spoon, and we go, here you go. Or we'd pour it into shot glasses. It was me and my friend Nick usually. We'd pour shot glasses, and we'd, you know, take a shot of it. And, that's terrible. All right, let's try another.
I had no tolerance to that hot ski.
Oh yeah.
Didn't we just see somebody eat like a hot peanut? I seen somebody do that.
Oh yeah, I got them right here.
I ain't eating it.
A tube of terror. These corn nuggets are with ghost pepper, and they're really, 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 really hot.
Do you ever like
they're little corn nuggets
and use them for something?
Well, like Aaron's, my nephews, they bought them. And because we always eat hot things, like we did the one chip challenge. I got a video of Avery doing the one chip challenge at Christmas a couple years ago, about 2-3 years ago, down in Okeechobee. He's got his shirt off and all the kids are around, and he takes the one chip and it's got the blue, you know, and he's like, and it's like just stressing out about it. And then they had to go home, and that story will last forever with all of the kids, because we all remember that, you know, and like, dude, you thought you could handle that, you know. So that's where all that stuff comes from. And the fart spray we tried to get you with.
Oh yeah, they tried to get me tonight.
I started laughing when you were talking with the FIT guy earlier, and got it all off track, you know. Yeah. And it was. I told Lori, I
thought it was Loki.
I said, before you even got here, I took the fart spray from behind here, and I put it over there, and I said, Lori, just pop your head from behind out of the kitchen, and I'll know that you got the spray, and spray it over towards the wall or in the trash can somewhere around there, and it'll stink up enough to where, you know, T's going to say something on air, and it'll be funny. I walked in on the break, and she's in there sleeping with the fart spray, so she did it, and I started laughing because I thought eventually you were going to start bringing up this.
Yeah, and then he confessed to me that he did it. And
I put it on break to do that. Yeah.
I did smell that. I thought it was.
That was too funny, man.
Yeah. You got me.
No, it didn't. Did not work.
Now, if you'd have had that device, the pooter, right, and coupled it with that, yeah.
Yeah, man. The pranks were always fun, man. We always had a good time with all that. We, always
lots of pranks.
Always. It's always a jump out and scare kind of situation.
I love those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. I always like the ones, too, where if you open a door, a bucket comes from, like, you'd always see that on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Kyle Mallory's buddy, Garrison. Somebody tried to do that to T when I was a kid. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Or then you got the movie Carrie where the whole bucket falls and clunks you.
Yeah. All that stuff. Like Home Alone, man. Like Home Alone's like just a booby trap freaking paradise. It was awesome. Happy 420 this last Sunday.
Yep, Easter and 420.
Easter Sunday as well. Had a really, really good day.
Yeah.
We woke up and we watched every cool stoner movie, and we ate good food and just had a great day. Just a relaxing, smoked all of our medical marijuana. And we watched Half Baked. We watched Dazed and Confused. We watched I can't remember all the movies we watched. We watched like 5 or 6 movies.
Cool.
We got I'm drawing a complete blank on.
I planted Space Tomatoes.
You planted Space Tomatoes?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that you got all those seeds, because they threw a bunch of them up there up at
6 years in the Columbia.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah. And
to be able to get, like, how did you have to get your hand on those? Did you have to like politically donate to somebody in a heavy way And
Timing.
it's like
Timing.
just timing.
Timing.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
That was Steve Martin's. That wasn't
Yeah.
mine. Timing. Right?
Steve Martin's awesome, man.
Yeah. We listened to
My Blue
It's Not
Heaven.
Pretty.
We watched My Blue
Yeah.
Heaven.
Stoner.
Cedar Rapids we watched, was a really good one. Just kind of goofy, funny movies, really. We kind of watched a couple that were stoner related, but yeah, like Up in Smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love all the Cheech and Chongs, man.
Me too.
Like all of them.
yeah.
Like, isn't it on the bumper, man?
That album as well. Listen to it.
With a little Labrador, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Dave's not here, man.
Didn't they say also, you need a ride? Because I'm going that way. Ryan's always about that one.
But when he's like, oh, dude, you took the most acid
Yeah.
that I've ever seen anybody take. And he goes, rah! And he's like, oh, man, why'd you do that? And he goes, are you calm now? It's like, yeah, man. Yeah, calm. Cop comes up, you know. That whole back and forth is just
classic.
so good, man. It's so. Then they get off because the judge is drinking vodka.
And he asks him, can I have a bite of that hot dog?
Yeah. And then wasn't it Nice Dreams? Was that the one where they drove with the marijuana truck?
Which one was the pool? Well, that was fake swimming in it.
I can't remember which one that was.
Hey, we had a pool here
Yeah.
in Shady Oaks.
Did you?
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Cheech pool.
But man, that was just like one of those days where it just kind of didn't do much, you know, just had a real nice chill day.
We were just saying it's important to have some of that. You can't always be on the grind.
I'm telling you, man,
Lose your mind.
It's very, very true.
The no agenda day.
And really, there's just so much that you can let yourself do. You know, when it comes to gardening outside, comes to painting your house, deep cleaning crap. I mean, that's usually the only day most people have to, you know, you have your church, you know, that you go to in the morning, or you have your morning religion or your ceremony, whatever that may be. But then you know, a lot of people go to lunches and brunches, or you got boat day where people are at the beach day. You know, you got, you know, all the different shoppings and flea markets and all that. We did a little bit of that on Saturday. Like I said, in Avito, we went to Millennium Mall to finish that story. Millennium Mall, we went out to the outlets out there, and something that struck me in a cool way. You ever been to Mall Millennia? It's kind of a bougie mall. It's like all your Blue Burberry, all your Versace stores, all your really high end designer stores are in there.
All right.
But as we were hitting all the malls, I was telling you how bad that one mall was and how slow, you know, and how not busy it was. When we went to the Mall Millennia, it was so busy that you couldn't even get a parking spot. You had to follow cars to get a spot. It was that, and
That's old school.
when you went inside, you felt like you were in another country,
Another time.
another time, like maybe even modern times. But it was like being in like a very diverse
Like a movie.
place with people that were dressed to, you know, to impress, and like families, you know, were there. Usually they're all tourists, you know, or from somewhere else, or locals, you know, that are just living there and working in Orlando and, you know, having time with their whatever. It's this diverse, though, mix of people. You're hearing a lot of different languages as you're walking, a lot of different personalities. It's very interesting because it's different than just over here in Titusville, what we have on a daily basis. You know, our diversity, just different. You know, everybody dresses just a little bit, not so much where I care so much what everybody is, you know what I mean? Like designer, I should say.
What did you wear to the mall then?
Oh man. Like, and that stuff like is so expensive. Like it's a whole nother life. It's a whole nother, like I felt like someone would be walking with a freaking leopard down the freaking mall. Like that's what I felt like. It was that crazy. It was so packed, like it was in the 80s, like a mall in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it was still popping. like right now. And that was kind of wild to me. That was kind of different. And then the outlets is so busy, but like your Quicksilvers, your Volcom, your Nike outlet stores, you have all your different, name brand things. And I'm serious, you walk into there and you'll find like really nice, like Lori got some clothes. We probably got, I would think $500-$600 worth of clothes at one point, and it was like $80, $60, because you're buying things that are like normally $40 or $50 for like $3 and $4 at these little outlet stores out there, and they're just packed full of people.
I'll say that I don't like those super thin shirts that don't last.
Oh yeah,
it's like, oh, it's inexpensive, but it's
But at these outlets, a lot of times, like these, even at Quicksilver and Volcom, like they're
blowing.
It's the same quality there that you're getting at any of the department stores, that you're paying $40 or $50 for a shirt, and it'll be like, or like baggies, like surf baggies.
Yeah,
you go to Ron John's right now and spend $55. I think is the price tag on most of the things there for that are new, and the clearance there, you might get half off if you're lucky. They get top dollar for their stuff. They're all kudos for the way you do it. No hate, but that same exact pair of pants that I have either bought at Ron John's or have seen there will be at, that Quicksilver or O'Neill outlet.
All right.
$12, $8.
It's a buyer's market.
And it's piled. And people are just going through, buckets of just stuff. And I think it's kind of like more than anything, it's the more you produce it, the more money you're potentially making, right? And if you got the stuff, make it. But when they disperse it out to the stores, and when it doesn't sell based on whatever the economy's doing or time of year, or maybe the style didn't hit at that time of the year, so they got to unload it to your Marshall stores or TJ Maxx stores, your outlet stores. That's why they even got probably developed in a way, more of their direct to customer kind of situation, which a lot of them just pony up into Amazon now. So they ship direct through Amazon, drop shipment. But, I feel like we're just making things so much and so fast, and like people can't catch up to it, and like slow the fuck down. I think we all got enough clothes. I got enough to last me the rest of my life in there, and I probably won't wear half of them. Like the consumer ship that we have is
landfill
robust. And when you go out there and you since I haven't done that in so long, it may, as an adult now, and you think about that kind of stuff, you're like, wow, it's amazing. Like this, they're just throwing, like, it's almost like you want some of these imports and exports to stop.
Yeah. I like,
whether it hurts the economy or not.
I save all my old stuff and wear it a long time. And this I will wear a long time. I'd like to thank Steve Clark for
nice
Visla shirt.
Yeah. It's nice.
Cool, dude.
Yeah. Those are great shirts, man. They're great shirts.
But yeah, I'll be rocking it forever.
Yeah, man.
And you've seen my shorts already from Volcom, like 2014 with the holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your designers.
Yeah, the breathers. It's cool to see what wears out and what doesn't.
It really is. And it's kind of sometimes the thing that you might buy or not expect that you like the most ends up being something you rock forever.
If it's good, because some stuff try to wear it forever and it just turns into paper.
So much of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty, I mean, it's just like, wow. It's pretty amazing how that whole system works. Just this fashion and clothing, and it's just amazing how that works. And it's getting to be to where, like, if you want a shirt or you want something, you can get it that day or within a couple of days. Now you can take any design that you make yourself and just take a picture with it on your phone now, upload it into some type of t-shirt making app, and get the quality of shirt you want. They'll have a range of quality. Like, another thing in Orlando they have outside of these outlets and side things in their industrial complexes is they got these big t-shirt conglomerates like Alpha T-shirt and Gildan, Hanes, all these big companies, Anvil, all these huge companies, Lofties, Jerseys, Champion, they all have their shirts and stuff made in Canada or in some state, and it'll all get made to the spec of that designer or that that spec for that shirt company, and it all will be put in a warehouse in Orlando, let's say, a warehouse in all wherever in all the big cities and hubs. And as a t-shirt producer, if I have a t-shirt company or whatever, I could go in and set up an account, give them my business number, and I can order shirts. And the next day, if I ordered 6 dozen of a certain shirt, I could get them for $3-4 a piece, sometimes as little as $1.50 a piece. Print them up for a customer. It's gotten to the point now where a lot of these websites and these shops will buy these $10,000 and $20,000 printers that are inkjet printers, and you put the shirt on it, and it'll print that shirt for you in full color, in one color, and whatever. And then they'll take that shirt off, and then you like press it down with one of those flat iron heat presses, and it kind of just helps set that ink into that t-shirt. And they ship it out, and it'll like kind of crackle off some of it. The quality of the ink is still being worked out, but they do pretty well. And there's some of that stuff, I mean, they dye into the shirt in just an amazing way now, in a real fast custom way. It's going to be interesting to me within how fast an individual consumer can be creative, and for similar money, and actually cheaper money, than going to a high-end outlet store and buying a t-shirt that's a thin t-shirt that's Versace, let's say, or some designer. Lacoste is a very expensive brand, and the shirt quality, they are very nice. I'm not dissing them in any, I like their clothing, their shoes, that little gator on them, it's turned into like even a modern cultured, more than just a golf, style. It's gotten to the urban markets. It's gotten into just every marketplace, and quality as heck. But when a shirt's $80 or $90 for a white t-shirt with a little gator on it, like, that's why you have these bootleg markets making these fake ones, or they'll put a flamingo on them or a shark for Greg Norton, and it's just a shirt with a little logo. That marketing of that little logo is why you're paying $80, because you watched a commercial. When you can buy a shirt with your own logo or your own design or your own creative inspiration, and buy it for $25 or $30 shipped to you and to your house within 48 hours to maybe a week tops, in today's, and it's getting better. And as that market to the next generation of kid who lives on the internet, that has never watched TV and commercials, has only watched YouTube and YouTube videos and clips and stuff, gets into the marketplace, like, they're going to have their own creative styles that they're just going to go direct and make their own stuff, or make it direct from whoever is the main, whoever that inspiration or influencer is at the time, in a much cheaper way. And I wonder how it's going to affect that.
What's a crop of
designer outlet?
Every year there's a new crop of consumers, people maybe like 12 to 20, it's every year it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
And like with it's the same with beverage manufacturers. Pretty much are these, like, it seems like these designer companies, they keep just buying each other. Like Hanes will buy all these little, kind of like Budweiser bought all these small town breweries. These, you know what I mean? They were taking that small competition and gobbling up, and that's the only way to survive.
Okay,
it is to consume the smaller one and give them their retirement, CEO retirement money, so that you can just stay alive. It's like you're paying for your soul to stay alive, and your Coke and everything. Look how many brands are under Coke now, or Pepsi now. You can't even tell. It's like these are Coke products and Pepsi products, and if you go to a restaurant, you can't have both. It's one or the other. It's a fucking tooth and nail claw fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it is. And it's over just water with flavor and sugar in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a crazy marketplace. But it's like, I'm team Coke. I'm team, like the marketing is so crazy.
It kind of means that we live in a time of plenty, because
Yeah.
if you're thinking about that and like, damn, I'm hungry, I need anything.
Right.
You know, it's a big difference.
And yeah. And a lot of times the people that are, you know, on the bottom level of, you know, what their income is versus their living situations, a lot of these high processed foods and stuff are the cheapest things to get. And, you know, the foods to order and get, even though they're not, like, you can get a lot of raw materials, but
you got to research.
The choice of sugar can be a very
that's a big tough
marketing thing.
Yeah.
You know? And we're marketed to it for kids and everything more than cigarettes and stuff.
The bad food.
More than cigarettes.
The sugar. Yep.
You know, like, yeah, they were marketed. When I was a kid, I had candy cigarettes that we'd, you know, buy for 10-cent packs, you know, and it was kind of chalky, not good tasting, but they'd puff a little smoke.
Yeah.
And you thought you were cool, but it didn't make me want to smoke or anything personally. I'm not saying that but I mean, it was innocent. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, but I mean, unless Philip Morris was like, ha, 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 I'm pushing these out, you know, and give them to all the kids. Was it them that?
It's just funny, to have a fake cigarette when you was a kid.
But
sugar stick.
Yeah, like I used to go in and buy my mom packs of cigarettes, you know. It's just a different time and an era.
There's lots of good food available now.
There really is. There really is. And there's a lot of good information out now, too.
Information.
Like I can go to ChatGPT and go, I got these 5 ingredients. I'm really not sure what I can make with this. And then it'll pop in there. Oh, you can make this. This is a dish from this area. This is a dish from this area. And it's very simple. It takes 15 minutes. And you're like, oh, go in there and mess with it a minute. And you're like, cool. Thank you. So it is pretty cool. Where was I going? Where was I?
Egypt. You were going to Egypt?
Yeah, we were in Egypt, dude. We were.
It was about malls and stuff and the trends, people buying, the DIY buy, the DIY create.
And we were getting with the Coke. And I had a point that I was trying to end this with.
Pepsi, Coke, corporate, fake out. Okay. That was very important. That's a demerit.
Yeah, it is.
That's a podcast demerit right there.
Yeah.
We interrupt this program to bring you this special news bulletin.
We do have one more little part here we're going to add to this.
We took the fog away. Scott said
the point that I forgot there earlier, and I'll figure out how to figure this in, was I was watching Donald. What's the Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yeah. Yep.
All of this back and forth and all of this, you know, marketing and our food qualities and the diets that we're getting into.
Yeah.
With the food qualities, all of those things is something that, you know, we should be as parents educating ourselves and caring, like loving ourselves enough to care about what we put in our bodies and how we are marketed to and what we're buying and how we're spending that little bit of money that we have, especially when it gets tighter during different times of our life, personal traumas of job loss, all these different things. We get used to the comforts of the things that we have, and we get used to what's cheap and easy to get, like fast food restaurants. I'm not hating on them because I love them and they make amazingly tasty food that we want to eat, but at what cost?
But do we?
Personal cost.
Yeah.
And with all these riffs and finger pointings of, you know, everything, I can't say this like it's some revolution because I haven't watched our health department. What is that? What is that department that Robert Kennedy is?
Exactly.
It's the
FDA,
something about the health, right? He's one of our commissioner guys appointed by the president, right, to run the health of our country.
Big dog.
And you know, there's all these, you know, he's this, he's that. He was you know, an ex-addict of, you know, he has a lot of pretty lofty you know, I'm not saying lofty in a way that I'm judging. I'm saying that he has points that a lot of people try to argue with him about on health and what's right and what's wrong in science.
And what to make available.
When it comes to vaccines, when it comes to a lot of different things.
It's complex.
And it is, and a lot of people will finger point. The one thing that I can say that I've watched when he did his hearings, and I'm not a fan of I'm not a raw for anybody. When I listen to words, I do try to listen for that action, and if or watch for that action. And if you don't see that action, there's a lot of talking that we get marketed and shown on
like
on
manipulation.
TV. Yeah. And then, Congress doesn't act on it ever, or somehow some money gets put, behind our closed eyes that shuts a situation up. So, here in America, I think all of us know that our food companies have not had our best interest at heart. It's like we are given 15 million types of bread, wheat, from cereal, from morning. They have turned breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Almost every condiment and food, it can be labeled and used in some way, shape, or form for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's like,
even if it's dessert.
Yeah, and the flavor, the sugars, everything's corn sort. And if it's not that, it's some substitute because you're trying to beat a label.
The oils.
It's the companies of these food companies are trying to make as much money as they can. And as long as they can label their stuff to have sales meet some number, it's rock and roll.
Stimulate your senses.
And you see this guy who's lived, his, uncle, we all know what happened there. So we have that happen, and we have his own family was against him when he was making that early run for president. I listened to him. I didn't know nothing about him. I heard him on the Joe Rogan podcast. The first thing I thought, man, what's wrong with his voice? He's got a condition. You know what I mean? So it's but when you're hearing the guy talk, I'm not hearing him be this finger pointing guy within his words. Sometimes he is.
It's like data.
But he tries to, but he even, when he got accepted for the position, he got confirmed. And when he just had a conference the other night about banning some of these petroleum-based food dyes. And that's the main point I'm trying to get to here. But he kept saying, listen, I'm not trying to be Republican or Democrat. I'm trying to be like a human here who has a father, who has kids that have, some of these autoimmune diseases, some of these, elevated. Like when I was a kid, I knew a handful of people that had, some form of autism of some type, and hyperactive as crazy, but we used to play outside. It was a different way. So we are living different lifestyles. So our bodies are excreting different results and responses to the lifestyles that we've done, whether it's a food choice, whether it's watching TV versus going outside. So having more vitamin D versus less vitamin D. Look at health issues of people that live up in the north and the southern regions of the earth. They have different health issues that we don't have here. We have health issues that they don't have.
Chagas beetle.
Yeah, right.
Chagas disease.
And you've been dealing with that, even
I don't know
yourself.
if I got it, but I'm going to find out.
But you've been, you're going to go get tested for it now.
I've been bit.
Robert Kennedy got in front and, he goes, all of these companies, these food companies are coming to me and they want to fix our foods and they want to help as well right now. And maybe these are words. I want actions. But he goes, they want, instead of state to state regulation under this, we all need to have one way under America. And he goes, we want to start putting on all this processed food and all this stuff that's good for babies and not. We want to put in a different way a label. This is good for kids. This is not good for kids kind of thing. And when I hear this stuff, man, it resonates with me because it's what we talk about every day when we go to the grocery stores. When there's shortages of things, when we have shortages, it's toilet paper, it's your meats, your eggs, You know, you don't have shortages of cheese because they make so much cheese off the excrements of after milk is done.
Excrements, huh?
All the extra stuff that gets processed into all our different cheeses and stuff. And it's great. It's my favorite freaking thing in the world. But when you take all of that cheese and you're putting this little powder stuff on it so that it doesn't cake and stick together, and then you're melting it right into your food, all that filler and stuff gets mixed with other things. And that's what's turning into,
weird.
Well, it's making our bodies get inflamed more than even fat too. It's just an inflammation. I'm noticing, like there's real sleep studies. And I'm not going to go into all this, but when it comes to like listening to Robert Kennedy Jr. speak, and I felt like he speaks from his heart within the situation. All I could get from all that is, like I went to work the next day. You could totally hear the nature of, there's an excuse for this. He's just saying it doesn't mean, like, there's no like listening to words and just being able to not look for the negative response to, I know, but he's a Republican
like
now
trying to win something.
It's like it's always going to be this Yankees, Red Sox, Lakers, and we have to stop that in the most ultimate way. And when you hear like them doing that for the health of it gives me a little bit of hope that maybe our food system is going to get better. And like our local farmers and the small market farmers and your microgreen farmers and your, people that are making tomatoes locally,
boutique stuff.
It's so much
organics.
Like it's such like there used to be Prine's Produce, who I know Melissa and I know their family very well. We ran track and all that together, went to school together. And I just saw her at the store the other day, and they might be selling, off, and not doing it. They're up in New Smyrna now, and it's such an important, aspect of having these fresh, produce. And we lost even the other fresh produce stand that was local. That was where they bought out Prine when Prine sold out over there behind the Searstown Mall.
Yep. What is it?
We need those small
Bananas?
market things. We need to have these small little places where your local communities can come and buy food for a cheap price, and have like whole grains,
fresh
by weight. You know what I'm saying? Or whole, buying potatoes by bulk, or buying onions, and all of your core cooking ingredients. Being able to buy in bulk at one place, and then you got the internet, and you got all these places now to make food and cook and be healthier, and it's important.
It's on everybody's mind now.
It is.
And that's a good thing.
That's a big plus on the internet. And it just, exposing all these, bad things that I'm one of the biggest culprits of it. I'm a living example of it.
'Cause you were raised on
I was raised in that life,
McDonald's.
Yeah. My mom cooked every night though, like we ate pretty good back then. Like we didn't eat bad. We ate good, like every night. And now it's like, it was so easy, as a teenager, all you want to do is just eat junk, and then when you get that job and you're sitting down, and it's so easy to just go to lunch and get that pizza and get that.
Plus you can
tacos.
You can process anything when you're young, kind of, not anything, 'cause obviously, but you can eat a lot of junk food and get through. But it's cooler if it's trending upward into like, less processed and more local, fresher, tastier.
Yeah, man. No doubt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll clip that into a nice little good spot for us.
Cool.
And we're done.
All right.
That's good.
Hope I said anything.
Well, everything's going good. I guess we can call it a night.
Yeah, it was good. It was mellow. It was
everything going good at the home front?
Everything's real good.
Cool.
I'm thankful to be, thankful for everything, situation, opportunity, the challenge, and the love and the people.
Got a lot of cool things happening right now. The music vibes are going good for you, man. Over at the
healing
studio.
up the hand.
Yeah, your hand's looking a lot better.
Getting back on the piano. That's making a giant difference.
Will going back on that piano start to really make you regress?
No, it'll make me go forward.
Okay, it'll help.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think that this would be a time where I would request maybe to get some of that piano on track, so we can maybe even
I think
play some of it.
I got some nuggets I can bring.
Would you have any would anything hold you back from maybe taking a few 5 or 6 minute cuts of some of your favorite parts of your piano playing and record them on a track?
Yeah.
And then metadata it under your stuff and throw it onto YouTube so we can put it on the playlist.
Yeah.
And let some local people hear T's piano playing.
There it is.
That'd be
a great
cool.
idea. Yeah.
Because I would like to listen to it even when I'm driving. When you play the piano in our living room here, my children, they pay attention and come down here and listen to you.
Cool.
And when you just when I had that old piano in there,
Man, yeah,
you'd come in there and just start rocking on it.
I loved
it was out of tune like crazy, but you made
got
it
the
sound
new one though.
Great, yeah.
I was thinking about that today.
Yeah, and that one's been getting played over here quite a bit with the kids. You see the little drums in the little area over here.
Yes.
One of Silas's friends plays drums.
You guys got to get a mic now in there.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Oh, it looks great though. It's a great little station.
So yeah, everything's going good over here.
Everything's going incredible. And
Great.
Yeah, we're super thankful. We did good?
I got a space in there.
That's good.
Daisies in a
Che- you know
tube
what
top
Che
screaming
Evans-
from the top of her lungs.
He's
This
just
all
breathing.
ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisies in a tube top screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight.
Yep. And you'll get
Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming
you'll see me, and what I try to do is I'll get into the mic when I'm talking.
Oh, yeah.
My way, if I'm not going to talk for a bit, because it's just to bring it back in.
Dude, that's just
I did
killer.
purposeful lip smacks.
Oh, dude, that was awesome.
Yeah.